think?
I have no idea, man. Anything can happen. This map is really good to get free base on. But we talk about in a moment after you introduce these wonderful players.
Alright, well, spawning in the bottom left. You know what? Yeah, sure, he lost the last game, but he played an amazing first game, an amazing second game, and an amazing third game. But can he make it work this game? Can he pull himself back together and take this series? He is none other than the Blue Terran, Apoc. And his opponent in the top left, he was able to pull the last game off, taking game number 3 off of his opponent, bringing this to a 2-1 outcome so far. He is the Pink Zerg, Stellar.
Yeah, man. On this map, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some really greedy play from both players. Just because we have this natural, really to defend, which is this small ramp. And if you take down these rocks, you have your third behind here with another small ramp. So if you place the tanks, if you go mech and you place the tanks at this little choke here, your tanks got really be surrounded. You cover both of these ramps, and you're gonna be in a really great position.
Yeah, and actually at the same time, I mean, this map is actually pretty big in size, so both players are going to be able to get away with the early expansions or with some pretty greedy play without having to worry about early pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. We see a barracks first, they're not the command center first this game from Epoch. Probably still going the 1x expand. Just because on this map is so far, as you said, it's not really worth to go quick Hellions or anything.
Now, what I do find interesting about the spawn locations on this map, and I pointed this out the last, actually, I pointed this out yesterday when we had players play on it, is that these players actually, what's interesting about these spawn locations is the naturals for both players are actually pointing right at their opponents. So generally, you don't want to expand towards your opponent, but both players are kind of forced to on in this situation.
Yeah, absolutely. But
And
that's,
this,
oh, go
oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry. Well, I was going to say that this actually makes it very viable to go some kind of drop play or air play or even Nidus play out of our Zerg player is very possible.
Yeah. What is really good of a turn on this map is because there's two expansions map that is covering by rocks, and the only way to get in is by start the rocks or float your thing over. So for Terran you can take a pretty safe base that can't really be punished by a run by.
No, that is definitely the case, and Stella's going to have to be very careful of that. It does look like he's going to move an Overlord over here just to make sure that doesn't happen, which is a really good move out of Stellar. I mean, he looks like he is completely aware of that possibility.
Yeah, I really like that. Having it over here, you're gonna get vision on enemy units moving out. Just gonna see if there's a command center hiding over there. Looks like both players right now is playing pretty slow here. Getting the refiners out. Probably gonna make again with. There we go. Get an infector out. Probably gonna be Hellions.
It looks like some Lings are making their way in for
Wow.
Stellar, and oh, is he gonna get the surround on these Marines? No, really good micro here out of Apoc. He is gonna get just a little bit more time on these Lings, but there's still quite a few Lings here. They might be able to completely deny this expansion in general, like in total. It looks like a drone following behind. I'm not completely sure about that, but these Lings they can force the lift on that command center, but no, Stellar gonna pull those Lings back, and he's he's probably gonna pull back all the way to the base at this point because he does see these Marines, these two Marines here for Apoc that are inside the third, or where the third would go.
Yeah, he might even snipe his Overlord, which is a good trade then. Oh no, he's going to.
No,
He's alive! Wow, with two shots away! Wow, losing two extra rings, not a big deal, but everything counts in this high level for play.
that is definitely the case. Actually, Stellar had a really good play there, denying that, like just doing a really good job of keeping uh, Apoc. I'm sorry, forgot his name there for a second. But Stellar doing a really good job of keeping Apoc from actually doing anything with his natural while those lings were there, and then pulling back and keeping him from doing anything to even it out. So that's a really good play there for Stellar. But now Apoc has his Hellions out, and what has Apoc shown game after game is that he really can use these Hellions really well.
Yeah, I wonder if you're gonna see from this he's gonna be Ravens again, or is we actually gonna see some Banshees.
Either one is a possibility. There goes the lift on the starport, dropping down on the tech lab. But are they going to... Yep, there it looks like Banshees are coming out. So this is going to be another mech style play.
Oh, but look, it is still once again going to a base all in, making a lot of roaches here. But this time, we see Apoc doing what you usually do on this map is, I mean, with his pillar rather, you get these Banshees out, and he's probably going to keep producing Banshees just to be able to defend this. Because having 2 or 3 Banshees out is all you need to deflect this push completely.
Oh, but these Hellions doing a really good job of keeping them from going up the front. They did move around from the side here, completely missing the Roach army. They were able to snipe out a few lings, but not able to do much damage here. Stellar doing a pretty good job of keeping them back, as he's now pushing at the front of the base. The Banshee is out, and it's going to start picking off roaches, but the Banelings are morphing right now here for Stellar. This is absolutely huge. I mean, because they're going to be able to get in there and do some major damage. These roaches are now inside the base, and they're going to start picking off workers, and the Banelings are now making their way up. He needs to bust on this wall. No, he doesn't, because there is not much there to block these Banelings. Banelings are making their way up towards the natural. Hellion's going to start hitting their way down, trying to do some damage to these Banelings, but there is a wall now for the roaches to go through, and the lings indeed, because now there are lings on the way. There are more roaches coming for Stellar. Stellar now inside the base. The siege tank is out here for Apoc, but he doesn't have siege. He doesn't have what he needs to take this out, but he does have the Banshees, and that's what's going to make the huge difference.
Yeah, but the problem now is the tackless defended here. And if you look at the unit count, Stellar is down to 27 drones. He have really lost in the drones, but doing this all in, you force him to make any drones at all, which means he's falling behind. So right now, just having this push defense, Apoc is in a really great position here, even though he lost 18 workers.
He did indeed, but he did not lose the game from that push, and now 2 Banshees making their way. They are actually inside the natural. I don't know why I said making their way, because they are in, and it looks like they're going to take off. They're going to take out a queen, and more queens are being pulled for this, but now the Banshees have reigned over the mineral line. 3 workers killed so far, a 5th worker now going down to these 2 Banshees, and they're making their way up to the main, where there are no queens. There's only the 1 queen to help defend this, but there's a lot of workers being killed off. Very good micro here from Apoc, but he did lose one of the Banshees. Still, 1 Banshee gets away just fine.
Yeah, but now the scary part begins. I mean, he's ahead in workers. He has equal amount of workers killed almost, but he has it really to take advantage. He has tanks out, he has Hellions out, Banshees out. And if he decides to push anytime soon, there won't be really anything here to defend. Because Stellar is forced to play so greedy. He can only drone right now. He's taking it fair, getting upgrades. He needs to play so greedy, because if you start making units just to survive and be safe, he's going to die.
Yeah, this is actually one of those moments, and I know I've heard you say it once, Marcus, where there are just some situations that you get into where the only thing you can do is just drone, and hope that your opponent does not attack you.
Yeah, absolutely. They're doing a great job trying to see if the opponent's moving out to keep suiciding feelings. But his opponents, I mean, Apoc is playing so smart, they're getting 2 more command centers out once again. Just now starting siege mode, which means his attack is probably going to come out anytime soon. Actually now moving out. And this is going to be pretty hard to stop here. He's making a few roaches, he has a few links out. But with both tanks and Banshees and these Hellions, I don't know if this can be stopped.
I don't think it can be. I mean, right now Stellar just does not have much of anything. He has now getting roaches out, and he's producing. He's getting his +1 ranged attack upgrade. He's getting his not adrenal gland. He's getting his vengeful sacks. Okay, so I guess he's going for a drop. Is he going to try to drop?
Yeah, it looks like it. Which might actually work. Making some Hellion drop, maybe try to base race, could do some damage, but this is
But
gonna
it
be so
might
hard
be a
though.
little. It might be a little too late because right now Apoc doing a lot of damage up here at the third. He's got the Hellions in here. He's got the siege tanks sieged, but no,
Oh
the roaches
wow.
coming around from behind are gonna try to snipe out these siege tanks. But great repairing from these SCVs are gonna make a huge difference. Now, yeah, he's gonna clean this up, but he's already lost so much. He's falling further and further behind. The Banshees are still here.
Yeah, and the Hellions is at this natural as well, killing drones. Stellar is falling behind. Apoc is doubling supply right now. And this third is probably going to fall as well.
So many workers being killed off by these Hellions. There's 38 workers that Apoc has killed off so far in this game, and while he lost every... Oh, wow, a little bit of a miss micro there from Stellar, killing off one of his own creep tumors.
More and more
That is
queens are
definitely a
falling
sign.
here.
That is definitely a sign of cracking. It looks like these these Banshees are going to do damage to the third. One lonely SCV repairing the Banshees as they go, but still, this is absolutely amazing play out of Apoc. Nothing short of amazing as what we've seen.
Yeah. Another bencher in the main. And there we go. Good game well played from Stellar as Apoc